Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Halloween makeup look. This time I wanted to give you guys a quick and easy Halloween makeup look just in case you're needing something kind of last minute. This is so easy because honestly all you're doing is turning yourself into a Tim Burton character. That's it. I feel like you can put minimal effort and still look like you actually tried. Just in case you haven't seen my previous Halloween looks, go ahead and check them out here on the corner, that way you can get all caught up. But we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this video. If you want to see how I got this look, then just please keep on watching. So we are going to be gluing down our eyebrows. This is just going to make things easier because we are going to be doing a thin brow later on. So to conceal our eyebrows, I am going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is the thickest concealer that I have with the most coverage, and I am going to be letting it dry down. That way I can get the most coverage out of it. Once it's dried down a little bit, I'm going to take a brush and blend that out. And now I'm just going in with my foundation and concealer. I am using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation and also the Maybelline Superstay concealer. This is the lightest shade in the concealer that I have, and I tried to go for a more pale look. All of the products that I'm using are going to be listed in the description box below, including all the shade names. And we did just focus this concealer on all the high points that you would normally highlight, like underneath the eyes, the forehead, the chin, and a little bit on the bridge of the nose. We are going to be coming back to the nose in just a second to contour. But now I'm going to go ahead and set everything. I am using the DermaBlend Loose Setting Powder, and it does have a little bit of a white cast, so I like that because I am trying to be a little bit more pale. Now I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Fantasy Makers Contouring Palette. This is in the shade Apocolypse, and I'm going to use this gray tone shadow to contour my face. I actually took the contour a little bit above where I naturally would contour my cheeks, and then as I dragged it down, once I got closer to my mouth, I just brought it straight down. And then I blended everything underneath that line. Instead of blending up like we normally would, I blended it down. That way it can create more of a hollow shape. I also took that gray shade all over my face just to give myself an overall contour like we normally would. I ended up going over this gray with a little bit of a cool tone brown shadow also. I just didn't want it to be too gray. I did clean up underneath the shadows with that same DermaBlend white powder. And then now we're going to be contouring the nose. So this kind of took me a minute. As you guys know, if you guys have been following me for a little bit, you know I struggle with contouring my nose. I don't know what it is. My nose is pretty crooked and it's super annoying for me. But I was pretty proud of how this went. I started off with that gray eyeshadow and then, like I said, went over it with a cool tone brown eyeshadow and highlighted the center of my nose, and I was pretty impressed. It came out really good. So yeah, I also cleaned up the sides with the powder like we did on our jawline, and it worked. It came out pretty good. So take your time with this step if you also struggle with that. It is worth taking your time because it is your nose, and your nose does center your face. But now we're going to be moving on to the eyes. I am going to be using this Humongous eyeshadow palette from NYX, the Diamond and Ice Please palette, and I'm taking this green eyeshadow on my lid. I knew that if I'm turning myself into a Tim Burton character, I wanted this to represent me, and green is my favorite color, so I loved how this looked. I decided to put this on the inner corner, the outer corner of my eye to kind of give like a halo effect. I also put this underneath my eye, and I dragged it really low to give my eyes more of like a sunken in appearance. It is a Tim Burton style, so you know we're all gonna look a little crazy before we look good. Now I'm gonna take this Urban Decay's Wild Greens palette, and I'm just packing this green in the very center. And I did deepen up the inner and outer corner with a little bit of brown and black eyeshadow, but my camera stopped recording that, unfortunately. So for the center of my eye, I did take this really pretty shimmery shade and just pop that right in the center, and it looked absolutely gorgeous. That was exactly what I wanted for this look. So after that, I finished up the eye by just adding a simple wing, and then we're working on the eyebrows. So take your time. I actually really hated these eyebrows. I felt like they looked like more chola eyebrows than Tim Burton eyebrows. But I was like, I already committed, so it is what it is. I touched up a little bit of my contour on my nose and on my cheeks with a little bit of black eyeshadow. I felt like I wanted it to be a little bit darker once we did the eyes. I just went ahead and added some eyelashes and some white eyeliner on my lower lash line. And then I just highlighted the high points of my face with the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Nicole Guerriero collaboration glow kit. I can't remember the exact shades, but it was like the silver shade and then glow up that I used to highlight my face. But now moving on to the lips, I am going to be using, it's actually a brown eyeliner. The name of it will be in the description below. I used that to line my lips, and then I extended the corners of my mouth just a little bit to give more of that character vibe. To fill in my lips, I used an Urban Decay lipstick. Again, the shade will be listed in the description box below. And then in the very center of that, I went in with a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. I believe in the shade Naked or Pure Hollywood. They're both basically the same shade. I just tapped that in the very center of my mouth to give more of an ombre pouty mouth. And then I went on top of that with a Laura Mercier lip gloss. The best part about this costume is you can really make it your own because you're turning yourself into a Tim Burton character. So I added my own jewelry like I normally would wear, and then I added some contacts to really elevate the look. They are blue contacts, and I've chose these because it makes my pupils look really tiny, you know, like Tim Burton characters. But yeah, once you add your own little touches, you are done with this look. Alright you guys, so that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is like the second time that I've tried to turn myself into a Tim Burton character, and this time I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like I still could have done a little bit better, but maybe we'll try again next year. Let me know what you guys think about this look down in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the description for any details of the products that I used today. Please make sure you are subscribed and following me on all my other social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and Pinterest. That way you can see all my content with this look and so much more. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye y'all!